Okay, so Washington State has somewhat helpfully detailed all of the types of job search activities that you could use to be eligible for up to $29,000 in unemployment benefits. But as you can see, they gave you a PDF. I don't know about you, but I don't even have a printer at home anymore. So I spent a weekend going through the Washington State Employment Security Department website and created an Excel template for job seekers. It's really simple to use and it's free. So to get started, um, also, if you don't already have the template in front of you, you can download the Excel template for free using the link in the description below or in the comments. And to get started, all you have to do is double click on the date that you first filed for unemployment. So, for example, I'll just say October 7th. And based on that date, this is your activity log. The weeks here will adjust based on that date automatically. So just to drive that point home, you'll see I had chosen 10/7 as the day I filed for unemployment. But let's say I went to um, September 30th. So as you can see, the weeks changed. It is 26 weeks. So for each year, you can get up to usually get up to 26 weeks of unemployment benefits during your benefit year. Okay, so um, you'll notice there are more than 26 rows here, and I'll tell you why in a second. Um, so first of all, you must complete a log for each week that you are claiming unemployment benefits, or you risk up to $29,000 of benefits getting denied. This just means in the Excel sheet template here, you need to complete 3 rows per week. The first week is the waiting week. This doesn't get you any unemployment benefits the first week you file. Um, they say if you are eligible, you will start receiving your benefits after filing your second weekly claim. So therefore, I have marked these first 3 rows as just examples for you, and then every week thereafter, you need to fill out at least 3 rows, but just 3 if you just want to comply with the requirements. Again, super easy. I've filled out at least 3 rows for every week based on 26 weeks of unemployment benefits. So, uh, also, the job search activities that you log here, as we will go through, they have to be in the Employment Security Department's list of approved activities, or again, you risk losing up to $29,000 of benefits. Thank you very much. The available activity types, if we go look at the job search requirements here, let's see. So, how to track your job search activities, approved job search activities. Again, you need to complete 3 each week. So there's work source activities, there's in-person, there's hiring events, educational videos, courses, even app-based driving or delivery work, career coaches or placement agencies. And then if you are, I guess, enrolled in workforce innovation and opportunity, you get all of these activities that count. And if you are eligible for services for the blind, then you also can use these types of activities for your job search log. So I scoured every single requirement here and popped that into these drop-down lists. So you'll notice there's work source activities, and then I'll get to this in a little bit, but there's also documentation requirements, but don't worry about that yet. So Again, don't waste time looking up eligible job search activities because I did that for you. All you have to do is select the type of activity that you were doing. So if you were driving for Uber, click app-based work, and then click specific activity. And let's say you were just setting up your account. Cool. So you did Uber, and now we are um, noticing that there's a new documentation column. So once you log an activity, um, there are some requirements that you have to follow depending on the activity. But again, it's super easy. I created all these drop downs and this information auto-populates. So there's very little that you have to do besides filling in the activity types. So if you're watching this video without the template, download it for free using the link in the description or comments below. And so moving on to what is this requirement? Once you log an activity, you might need to save a screenshot in your log, or else it could be considered incomplete. And guess what? You risk up to $29,000 of benefits getting denied for incomplete job search log. So not all activities require screenshots. Um, let's see. Hiring events, participate in job club. So, I mean, in this case, there is no screenshot, but you do need a letter or email from the club leader or sponsor. So whenever you fill out a activity for the week, just make sure to check the documentation column. This will get auto-populated. There are two ways to fill out a screenshot. So actually, even if it says a letter or email from the club leader or sponsor, that technically is a screenshot of a letter or email, right? Or a camera or a picture. So just click here on the screenshots column where it says click here, and it'll direct you directly to a new sheet called screenshots, where all you have to do is you can do two things. Either click here, replace the image, and I'm just going to use this last one. And because Google Docs is a little weird, you might have to refresh the page, but that ended up getting replaced. The other option is you can delete what is already here, or maybe not. So you just click in the cell and you can insert image in cell, and do the same thing. And you see it just overwrote it, but I went ahead and created a blank cell for every single week, so similar to the activity log, but just for screenshots if you need them. Um, so again, it's super easy. All you have to do is check the documentation column and then click here to insert the screenshot in the corresponding column. And the click here changes for each row, so you don't have to worry about making sure that you're cataloging the screenshot for the right week. Yeah, so that is basically it. I do want to mention there are some documentation requirements that don't involve screenshots. For example, if you attend an online WorkSource workshop, they require the name of the workshop, name of the facilitator, and a screenshot. But for the workshop name and facilitator, you could go ahead and use these columns here where it says name of place. You can title the name of the workshop and maybe wherever you registered for the workshop if you just want to cover all your bases. And workshop facilitator, you could use the name of the person. Um, and let me also explain for the employer contact. So this is like if you're engaging with an employer. Maybe you have an interview. So this could be a virtual meeting, an interview that you had. Um, so for employer contacts, you do need the job title, employer name, how did you make the contact, and address, city, state, whatever. And those are available over here. So fortunately, you do have to type in the address here, but you can select the state where the company is located and select your contact type. Um, this is obviously not required unless you chose the employer contact activity type. And here you can add the job title or the requisition ID if you chose the um, employer contact activity type again. So again, just check the documentation requirements. That should tell you everything you need. Yeah, hopefully this is helpful. If you're in the middle of your unemployment period and you forgot to track your activities, don't worry, the template still works for you. Just download the template below, log 3 activities for each week that you missed. You can look at your browser history, you can look at your calendar events. You got this. You can ask your partner, your kids. Um, just I'm sure you were doing something that is covered by one of these. You could even literally watch a YouTube video about the job search, um, which is a great segue. Um, so now that you know how to track your job applications in Washington for ESD, you might be wanting to learn which resumes actually win over recruiters. But how do you do that? Well, it all starts by watching this video next here, because when you pair your job search with what's in this video, your job applications are going to be way more powerful. So, see you in the next video.